Good morning and welcome to the Shamrock Quilt Studio. Today it's all about Christmas. Is it too early, you ask? Not at all. It's a quick video about some of the Christmas projects we've done here over the last 2 years. I want to give you a quick glimpse, tell you where the projects are as far as patterns and where you can find them on the channel, and we'll be right back and get that started. Well, thanks for coming back. I've got a couple of projects that I want to share with you that I made for the Christmas season and tell you all about the projects, where you can find the videos and the patterns. And I've got a special offer for you, so stay tuned to the very end. The first year I did videos, I didn't have any projects for Christmas. The whole process of creating things and getting them ready to go on the air was a new concept to me, and by the time it was time to do a Christmas project, I had completely dropped the ball. So we just skipped it that first year. The second year rolled around and I figured out a little bit better how to manage both my time and my projects to get them together, and I was able to create a project. And now this year we have several I want to show you and share with you that information. So I'm going to be sharing the projects with you, tell you what they're called, where the patterns came from, and let's get started now. I think the first thing I did was this project. This is a large throw size quilt. You probably could use it on a twin size bed, and you could use it as a topper on a full or a queen or maybe even a king. It's not going to be big enough to come over the sides, but it will have a definite splash in your living area or your bedroom, or it would make a great wall hanging too. This is called Deck the Halls, and this, like a few of our patterns, came out of the book Vintage Christmas by Lori Holt. Now, this one was really easy to put together. I made it a little more complicated because I picked a diagonal stripe for my sashing, and I had to worry a bit about how those sashing pieces were put on the quilt. But other than that, it was really straightforward, easy and quick to do. And the whole project was machine pieced and machine quilted, which is kind of a different thing for me. But I found that for these Christmas projects, that's what tends to work the best. You're short on time, there's other things to do. You want to do a Christmas project, but you don't want to spend months doing it. And this one is really cute because it's got this great little polka dot on the back. So that's Deck the Halls from the Vintage Christmas book. Now, while we're on that book, I've got two other things to show you. The second of which is this Bringing Home the Christmas Tree quilt. And this is also from that same book. This quilt is a little more difficult than this one because of all of the pieces, and the construction method can be a little tedious sometimes. But if you just stay with it and stay on top of what you're doing, it does come together pretty easily. And this project is similar in colors to what's shown in the book. I did have to change some of the car colors, both for what was available to me because I did not have the prescribed packet of fabrics, but also what colors I thought were appropriate for cars because I did want it to be at least somewhat realistically. So this is the Bringing Home the Christmas Tree. Now this is on a kind of polka dotty border. It's called confetti, and it is all kinds of colors. They're not necessarily Christmas colors like red and green or blue and white. It's more like a party confetti with all different colors, pinks and oranges and reds and greens and blues. And I just really thought it was a good substitute for the fabric that was used in the sample in the book. This was a lot of fun to put together, but if you're going to do a quilt, this one will come together quicker than this one. Now, if you're happy with those projects, great. If you need something a little smaller, I have 3 options for you. The first of which is something we just completed recently, and this is also a pattern out of Vintage Christmas. And what we did was we took 4 of the little light blocks that she uses in her quilt, Vintage Christmas, and we repeated those. And there is an example shown in the book. The one in the book has a yellow fabric as the background. Now I chose a darker green because I wanted it to be able to go with this and carry some of those fabrics over from the quilt to the pillow. So you can see some of them are repeated. Actually, a lot of them are repeated. But we used a variety of different bright colors to simulate the lights, the little twinkling effect. And I used that same confetti fabric on the back as the back of that. So it is a good coordinating piece with it. Now, I will say one other thing about this quilt. This is the first quilt I've ever done where I used the same fabric for the background of the quilt top and the backing and the binding. So it is all encompassing of that confetti fabric except for the design elements. That was a little different for me. All right, 2 other projects. We created this little wreath pillow, and this is obviously a smaller pillow, out of some honeycomb shaped EPP pieces. And interestingly enough, this fabric is also used in this particular quilt. And then just applique some little red circles on it. And it simulates a wreath and a little creative bow here, also with this fabric. So this pillow goes with either quilt. Interesting, huh? I thought it came out cute as a button. Now, finally, our last Christmas project, and this is an original design, and I call this Sugarplum Lights. And here it is. It is either a wall hanging or a table runner, however you wanted to use it. And it's about 14 inches by 40 inches roughly, just going from memory. We got some strings on it. There's always strings on my stuff. Now, this is not in a book. There's not a published pattern for it. And what I'm going to do is I'm offering to you to send you a PDF that shows you the shape and size of both the bulb and the socket. And then the electrical cord here is a 1/4 inch bias piece, a tube that we created to get the illusion of that electrical cord. And then the plug and the socket on the other end are just the socket here for the light. It's the same thing with just a little plug added. Now, all of these projects have videos on the channel. If you check out the playlist for Sugarplum Lights, Deck the Halls, Bringing Home the Christmas Tree. Now this project is something I'm calling a quick Christmas project, and the video for this one is out mid-November. If you're a member, you have access to that video now. If you're not a member and you want to get started, the pattern is in Vintage Christmas. You could go ahead and get started, and then perhaps as you're working on this, the video will show up and you can kind of compare where you're going and what you need to do as far as that goes. And then finally, this one is part of the 2024 Block of the Month. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm having fun with my Christmas projects, primarily because I started them early. So when Christmas gets here, I can enjoy the holiday without stressing in my studio. And I would encourage you to do the same thing. Thanks for joining me today. If you liked today's video, give us a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. And we'll see you next week at the Shamrock Quilt Studio.